man, it's always great to play. Like you said, what Spo said, I want to go play with the G League team. I just want to get some run in, so I got the opportunity tonight, and I did what I could. So
I know you were watching some of it, and it almost kind of flies by you if you're up 20 plus going into a fourth quarter. But what do you feel like got away from you all the most?
I don't know. I couldn't really control much from where I was at, but I feel like we some of our shots just stopped falling, and that's really it.
Back to your own development and what you've accepted in this space. It's a lot easier to work through some things when you're playing, but when you're doing it when it's just you and maybe some teammates and obviously some development coaches, what's the challenge in that? And then what are you receiving from that that's positive and that we're seeing some of it out on the floor?
I mean, just always working on my game. That's what I've been doing this whole time. Off the court, every day in the gym, getting stronger and just getting prepared for moments like that. What just happened, so.
What was your assessment of the shift that you all had to make? One, not having Jimmy, and then two, shifting Drew into the first five?
I mean, the shift was trying to get a win after, we felt like that was an upsetting loss last night. Having Drew in the starting lineup, obviously, I know what he brings to the team. I've been watching him for a while now. He's bringing that competitive spirit, that extra grit that we need sometimes when we're down men.
As you get to the third quarter, obviously you deal with that first surge from Orlando. You guys push back pretty well, and you were able to go to the fourth quarter with the 22-point lead. What, in your mind, changed most in those next 12 minutes that was so different, particularly from an offensive standpoint, in the earlier portions in the game?
I mean, just a couple bad shots, and then I feel like we relaxed because we was up. I feel like that's the karma of the game. You relax, and then you let a team get hot, and it goes the other way, and you're trying to fight back.
Did it feel like the offensive struggles spilled into the defense a little bit, as far as maybe them getting more into the open court and not having the defense set?
I mean, it's always deflating when you miss a shot, go down, they score, you go back down, miss a shot, and then they score. It kind of, it kind of wears on you at times. But that's the part of being mentally tough. It's hard to get wins in this league. Easiest thing to do is be mediocre and lose. For us, it's definitely a teaching point. Being up like that, how can we sustain our mindset to keep pushing forward?
How was it having Drew move into the first group?
It was good. The way we started the game was good. Obviously Drew brings a defensive presence, a little bit more pace, and then allows me to get off the ball a little bit more. And then Nico, obviously, his versatility on both ends, what he can bring. So, the start of the game was decent, and then kind of went downhill from there after halftime.
Third quarter, you were able to push back on the initial push by Orlando. What made it so different in the fourth?
Just take care of the ball. I think a lot of that is on me. It's my responsibility to take care of it, going down the stretch, making right plays for us to win. So I'll be better.
Something like that is happening because it doesn't happen a lot. Is it surreal and you have to keep almost settling yourselves as a group because you're almost mystified as to how it's even occurring?
Yeah. It's tough. It's tough to get wins in this league when you're just trying to get wins at any point. It's not easy, and I think we've seen that tonight. Just the fight, the back and forth. You see it on every night. There's games like this, and I think just having a better disposition going down the stretch, taking care of the ball, figuring out ways to score the ball. I think we had 8 points in the fourth quarter. So just being able to close out games, and that's a lot of my responsibility, with Jimmy not here. So I'll be better on Monday and going forward.
Offensively, it was flowing so well, and then, like you said, 8 points in the fourth quarter. The shots you missed, were they shots you guys were getting the rest of the game, or was it Orlando kind of picking up their defense?
They definitely picked it up, but I think we sped ourselves up a little bit, getting into some actions, and then, some quick rush shots, and then, when you turn the ball over and they get easy buckets going the other way, the crowd gets involved, they get more energy, more confident. And then Cole Anthony had a great second half, So yeah.
What specifically did you see at the end that you felt turned it? Was it the offense stopping? Was it the defense not controlling?
No, I thought to finish the third quarter, we actually finished offensively okay, but Cole Anthony saw some good drop, at the end of that, the last, 4 minutes of the third quarter, and then it just became an absolute avalanche from there. Once he hit 2, it became 3, 4. Going into the fourth quarter, he was in a great rhythm. And so even though there was, some separation, that's the danger. You let an ignitable guy like that see a couple go down, and the momentum just shifted from there. Now, we were running some actions at the end of the third. We were productive with those, and we tried similar actions to start the fourth. It was 3 straight turnovers. Those were tough to explain, but these are tough lessons we all have to learn. We all had our fingerprints in this loss in that fourth quarter, including myself. And you also have to credit them. They stepped up their defense. They got stops. That's what they do. We started to try to self-will a little bit versus that pressure. That led to turnovers, and then when we did go open looks, we weren't in a rhythm, and you're feeling a little bit of the momentum shift. It's tough to knock those down. Throughout the course of that, I didn't even look at the box score, but whatever they scored in the fourth, that was just. It was just bucket after bucket after bucket. Some of this could have been handled with 3 straight stops at some point in that fourth quarter, just to slow the tide.
Did it feel like the offensive struggles spilled into the defense a little bit late in that game?
I don't know what led to what. I just know we didn't guard them in the fourth. They had us spinning around all over the place. We're not making multiple efforts. We're not able to contain the ball. We're obviously weren't able to contain Anthony. And then when we did get a stop, they would just get an offensive rebound. Like I said, these are tough ass lessons, to complete a game. This is the modern NBA right now, right? A 20-point lead is not what it was a decade ago, and you have to finish all the way through. And part of that was finishing defensively for us at the end of the third, and then for us getting off to a good start in the fourth quarter. The 4 or 5 empty possessions to start the quarter really kind of fueled their momentum.
Erik, the thoughts on the lineup change and going with Nikola instead of Haywood especially, and then going with Drew with Jimmy being out? Yeah,
it was a little bit different because of their front line size, and we're built for it without Jimmy, that we could just slide Nico in there when, particularly now that he's healthy. I thought those minutes helped us, in terms of size. It wasn't anything against H. The dynamic changes, if Jimmy's out. That's just who we played. It was a different kind of team with a big front line.
Kel'el had some minutes of value, it seemed there. Your thoughts on what he gave you?
I thought he was really good. We were up, to start the fourth. I was going to give Bam, those minutes, and then ideally, if everything plays out, Kel'el, finishes the game. But the momentum shifted so fast, Otherwise, I was thinking, maybe just leave him in there for, the first 3 minutes.
Season high scoring in the first half, then 8 points in the fourth quarter. What do you need to do to create consistency within the offense?
Yeah, that's tough to answer in a soundbite right now. Clearly, we had to be better.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.